lollipop. Stop! It's the Pet Stop with Peggy Patch.
Peggy Patch is out today. She's found a patch to stop and play. Where will it be? Who will she meet? Has the bus stopped at the end of your street? Peggy's got off the bus and travelled to this patch by van. Can you guess where she is? I'll give you some clues. It's very noisy because there are lots of cars and lorries. And it's beside a motorway and a good place to get a cup of tea. Where is she? She's at a motorway service station. And because she's been travelling for a long time, she wants to stretch her legs. Where do you think she might go? This area is specially for stretching legs. Apart from the driver, which other passenger do you think might like to stretch their legs? A dog. Because they've been shut up in the car for quite a while, they might make a mess. So watch where you're walking. This space has been planted with rows and rows of young trees. And it'll be a long while before they're tall enough for the rooks to nest in. Can you hear the rooks? I think they're building their nests at the moment. The ground is ever so soft and bouncy. That's because there's moss underneath. And it's littered with twigs from the rook's nest. And over here is the motorway and the traffic that hasn't stopped for a cup of tea. It's dangerous for people to go beside the motorway, but animals and insects like to live there because they're not disturbed. Birds particularly like to fly down and eat the insects that have been squashed by the cars. And way down there, between the two halves of the motorway, are some sheep. I wonder if they enjoy car spotting. Peggy's been creature spotting and found some creatures to say hello to. Say hello to these creatures. Creatures with a body made of segments, many, many legs, who live in damp places and like it in the dark. Creepy crawlies. What have you found here then, Peggy? Some creepy crawlies. They're called creepy crawlies because they like to creep and crawl, but really they've got names of their own. And in here, Peggy's got a millipede and a centipede. And can you see the millipede? That's the fat one. Its body is made up of lots of different pieces. That's so it can move easily. Can you see all their legs? The millipede's got lots more than the centipede. Good job they've got bare feet. They'd need lots of pairs of shoes otherwise. They like living in dark, damp places. So I think I'll put them back. Is that all right, Peggy? This looks a good place. There we go. He's parked. Do you think there are any more lorries coming?
Here's one. Right, is it?
Yes. It's a big...
Right. brown quality vehicle.
Container one. Where do you think it's going?
Petrol?
Oh, I think it's going... Ah, I think he's stopped already and he's on his way out. So we'll put one down anyway. Should we put it under... That was a container one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which colour label should I
Yes,
put?
a red one.
A red one. Right. Put that on container. There we are.
This one's not a container one. Looks like building stuff or something.
That's a tarpaulin one, isn't it? Right. One on...
One way. Here's one.
Or the ones that are here.
That's a container.
That's a small container, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looked like it had cakes in it, right? So
Yeah.
another one on the containers.
You could put red, green, other colours.
There we go, that's going up there. Right, we've got two there.
It's coming up here. Is it a
There
little
it
one
is.
or
What
a
is
big
it?
one? Will it?
Oh, what's it got on it?
It's a big one. Looks like a horse box. It's a container.
Yes, but it looks like it's got a door in the
It's a
side.
horse box. Might be a horse box.
I don't think so. Look at that door there on the side.
Unless
Ah,
it's-
refrigerated transport. That means it's very cold in there. They might have things like milk or something, or it might be full of ice cream.
Frozen food.
So should we put that one down on containers
Quickly,
then?
there's another one.
Oh, quickly, I'll put that one down.
No, this is a car one. With cars on. We've got another. We've got two with cars on. They look like they're going to fall off that one on the end.
I know, that one at the front.
Parking
Oh,
here.
mine doesn't crash.
There's another working down
Oh,
there.
right, so I'll put that one down on cars, shall I?
Yes, we've got a car going.
Any coming, Donna?
Yes, one.
One, where?
Here.
Oh, yes.
Me and John are right for it. Yeah.
1, 2,
10.
4, 5, 10. 10 wheels.
What colour do you think is going to be next?
Well, should we put that one down? That one goes on tarpaulin, doesn't it?
Yeah. What? A green one.
That's that one.
What colour do you think it's going to be next?
The
I
next,
think the next one's going to be white again.
if we'll see it in this gap here.
It's got a white cab with a container and 10 wheels.
Should we put that one down?
I was
think we
right.
should.
It has to be a yellow one.
A yellow one.
Yeah.
Shall we fill up our chart a bit more? Because what have we got here? Because we've got a tanker space there. There's a tanker there. So shall I put one on tanker?
Yeah.
Because we can see one. And it's a red tanker, so I'll put a red sticker.
The
Right, the
container
crates
one's going down.
Yes, that one's moving. The container one's moving now, isn't it?
I think the container.
And should we put the crate one down as well? What about the one in front of the tanker? It's a little one,
Yeah.
but it's empty.
Put it down for an empty lorry.
Right.
Because we haven't got any of them yet.
No, we haven't.
We've got.
We just haven't got one there. We haven't got a surprise lorry.
Otherwise, we've got one of each.
We have. Peggy, pop a penny in. Wait for the ting. Time for a story.
Once, in a fold of the hills, there was a stately home called Badgerwood House. Families came to visit it and play and have picnics in its beautiful park. Behind the house was a children's farmyard with lots of animals. One of the animals was a piglet. His name was Piggo. Piggo was gazing through the fence one tea time when he heard footsteps. Clarence, the keeper, came whistling round the corner pushing a wheelbarrow. "Hello, Piggo," he said in his friendly voice, ruffling Piggo's ear kindly. "Got any rubbish?" Many people had visited the farmyard that afternoon, and that always meant lots of rubbish left behind. He unhooked the litter bin nearby and tipped the whole lot into his wheelbarrow. Several wasps flew up from it as Clarence marched on his way. As he swatted one aside, the barrow wobbled and an empty yoghurt pot tumbled off and lay half hidden in the grass. That night something woke Piggo up. One minute he was fast asleep beside his mum in a warm huddle of brothers and sisters, and the next minute there was a noise, loud and close at hand. It frightened Piggo and he pressed closer to his mum. Of course, there were always noises in the children's farmyard at night. Edgar clopping a hoof in his stable, the calf feeding from his mother, and animals who coughed and snuffled in their sleep. But this noise was different. He had never heard it before. Clonk! There it was again. Clonk! followed by a strange wailing noise. Oh! Piggo looked out from under his mum's front leg towards the pigsty door. He could see the moon high in the sky with long drifts of cloud passing across it. If it had been daytime, he would have scampered out, but things seemed different at night. Clonk! Oh! Went the noise. Mum, called Piggo loudly into her large bristly ear. Mum, wake up! Her big damp snout turned sleepily to Piggo. What's wrong? She murmured. A noise, Mum, Piggo replied. Clonk! Oh! Clonk! Oh! Just a bad dream, dear, she breathed, half asleep. Cuddle up now, shh. But Piggo couldn't sleep. He was curious. He tiptoed nervously to the door and looked out. Nothing moved. Clonk! Oh! Piggo spun round to look by the pigsty wall. Something was rustling through the grass. Something was blundering into view. Piggo held his breath. It was a... Whatever was it? It was smaller than Piggo. It seemed to be dark at the back and white at the front, on 4 legs. It rushed madly this way and that. To Piggo's concern, it suddenly ran towards his fence, straight into one of the wooden stakes. Clonk! It went as it hit the post. Oh! Shouted the strange, agitated little animal. Hello? Piggo said anxiously. The animal lifted its white head hopefully. Oh! It replied. Piggo came nearer. The legs of the animal were skinny, like short sticks. Its back was prickly, like a hedgehog. Its head was white and round, almost like a yoghurt pot. Piggo jumped. It was a yoghurt pot. It was a hedgehog. It was a hedgehog with its head stuck in a yoghurt pot. It must have been licking the leftover yoghurt, and now it was stuck and couldn't see. Oh, the poor animal. That was why it kept bumping into things. Hold on, Piggo cried. I'll help you. He put his snout next to the yoghurt pot. Can you hear me? He asked. The yoghurt pot nodded. I'll bite the end of the pot. You walk backwards, Piggo said. He nipped the bottom of the plastic pot between his teeth. The hedgehog began to pull slowly backwards. The thin, stick-like legs slipped and squeaked on the damp grass. Keep trying, Piggo whispered. Go on. The hedgehog heaved itself backwards. There was a long sound of prickles scratching against plastic, and at last, with a loud sucking noise, the pot flew off. The little hedgehog sank down on his back legs, his face covered in pink yoghurt and his eyes almost closed. Oh, my stars, he groaned. I only went in for a lick, but then I couldn't get out. Thank goodness you came along. The hedgehog's yoghurty face peered up at Piggo. Thank you very much indeed, he said. Piggo said, Don't mention it, and watched as the hedgehog tottered away along the path that led to the woods. Then Piggo picked up the yoghurt pot in his teeth, stood on his back legs, and carefully posted it through the big slot into the litter bin. It dropped with a hollow clang, and Piggo, feeling suddenly very tired, jumped back into the pigsty, wriggled back under his mum's front leg, and fell fast asleep.
Shall we have a good litter clear up of that patch over there? And I've got some gloves. Oh, here we go. Because you shouldn't really use just your hands just to pick up the litter. So you put some gloves on.
Pick a bit up, put a bit in, put a bit of litter in a litter bin. Put a bit of litter, put a bit of litter, put a bit of litter in a litter bin. Baskets keep things crisp, wrappers keep them clean. What is in that bag?
An apple which can't be seen.
Once the wrapper has no use because there's nothing in. It's rubbish for the basket,
Rubbish for the bin.
oh, pick a bit up, put a bit in, put a bit of litter in a litter bin. Put a bit of litter, put a bit of litter, put a bit of litter in a litter bin. Boxes box things up, cartons keep them fresh, but when they're on the ground, Rubbish for the basket.
Rubbish for the bin.
Oh, litter, put a bit in, put a bit of litter in a litter bin. Put a bit of litter, put a bit of litter, put a bit of litter in a litter bin.
Peggy Patch's puzzle. Peggy has spotted people who have stopped at the service station buying something to eat or drink. What does a car need to drink? Cars need petrol to make them go. The cars come off the motorway and fill up at the petrol station, and then off they go on their journey. Now to pay for it. I can tell how much I've used because this shows me how many litres I've put in, and this shows me the cost. Of course, most lorries don't use petrol to make them go. They use diesel. Last set of wheels. There we go. This is for my rubbish lorry. And for the tank part, I've wrapped a drinks can with silver foil. And that'll balance on there. You've got to be very careful if you make something out of rubbish, because rubbish can be sharp or it could be dirty. And now for the cab. Balance a drink carton on. Really needs to be stuck. And then for some pipes along the top. These are bendy straws. A rubbish tanker. Do you think it could be a right size for a creepy crawly to ride in? A creature with a body made of segments, many, many legs, who lives in damp places and likes it in the dark. Oh, the bus has found us. Come along, Peggy. Hurry up and finish your drink. The bus is here. Peggy's off to find another patch for next week. See you there.